Venice, Louisiana. It's known for a couple of things.
You're down here for two things. Down here to work, or you're down here to fish.
Located 2 hours south of New Orleans, where the Mississippi River dumps into the Gulf of Mexico, there's not a lot there, and only one way to get there.
There's no grocery stores down here. One road in, one road out.
But if you're into fishing, you found your bucket list destination.
It's a fishing town.
After getting blown off the water one day due to high winds and high seas, Captain Aaron Wilmoth of Fish Venice Charters had a plan to put us on some fish.
The plan today was to go catch pogies. After we got our pogies, I wanted to go to a rig called Elf. It's about 22 miles offshore. There's been a lot of tunas there, and that's what we did. We caught pogies, went out there, and started catching fish pretty quick.
After a long run offshore to an oil rig, it didn't take long, and we were hooked up. The fishing technique was fairly simple. A 50-pound leader tied directly onto braided main line, a relatively small 5/0 hook, and a live menhaden freelined behind the boat.
Reel down, reel down, reel down. All right. Number one. Reel them up.
When you hook into these tuna, they dive deep. Watching them on the sonar unit, we saw them go down to over 200 feet. Needless to say, getting them to the top and within gaff range was not a quick or easy task. While it can be done solo, catching tuna effectively and safely is a team effort. Having a captain to man the wheel and a good mate like London Rozier to gaff the fish and help get the line set makes the whole process a lot smoother. Luckily for us, it was a pretty good bite, and everyone got a couple of rounds on the rod with tuna at the first stop. Now, one of the things you'll notice here where my buddy Wes is fighting the fish is that, well, some boats start to show up there in the background. When we got to this oil rig, boats were scattered over probably a 1 square mile area. So there were boats in the area. But as we started catching fish and rods started bending and fish started coming over to the side, well, we started getting some company that was a little bit closer, really in our back pocket. You can see here there's probably 3 boats well within sight there, one over Wes's right shoulder. They started coming in, and I don't know if it was luck that we just parked on top of some fish or some great skill on the part of Captain Aaron, but it definitely got the attention of the other boats in the fleet that were out there fishing, because you can see that one boat coming into frame there. They're pretty close, and they were trying to get onto some of the fish that we were catching. Luckily, we were able to catch some, stay out of a mess, stay out of any tangles, put enough in the box to have a good catch, and everybody got a chance to fight on one of these big fish. After several tuna came over the side and bloodied the ice, it was my turn on the rod. This was my first ever yellowfin tuna. We basically marked fish on the sonar, went several hundred yards up current from them, set out the lines, and drifted back through where the fish were with the live baits.
When he's under the boat, just kind of stay down with him, take up any slack that he gives you. There you go, right there. Reel. He's gonna swing around one more time. I'll get him. Reel down, reel down. Money. All right.
After a fun fight on a powerful fish, it was gaffed, hauled over the side, and on ice for the ride home. Little did I know, you should never tell a charter captain that you just caught your first tuna, because there's a rite of passage that you must go through. That right there, guys, is the beating heart off of a tuna.
rite of passage.
Well, after that lovely moment and putting a couple of more tuna on ice, we made a run to another set of oil rigs, this time to troll for wahoo.
Just hook it, put it like up front. Probably about to be able to gain on them.
This fishing setup was totally different than the way we were fishing for tuna. We were pulling diving plugs at around 9 to 10 knots. When the wahoo hit, there is no question as to whether or not you were hooked up. Wahoo are another incredibly fun fish to catch that put up one heck of a fight and suck a lot of line off your reel in a hurry. The other good thing about wahoo is that they are great to eat and you get a lot of meat off of one of these fish.
I'm about to go dead boat. Big them up. Big them all the way up. There you go, right there. Beautiful fish, huh? All right.
While you can catch great fish in Venice, Louisiana year-round, Captain Aaron gives us a little insight on when the best time is to be there.
I personally say October. Lots of big fish. Everything's biting. Big tunas. You start getting your first push of wahoos in October, so you can catch those. Blue marlin bite's always good. As far as inshore, redfish, trout, you name it. Everything's biting in October.
Our trip ended with a good haul of fish at the dock. Yellowfin tuna is sushi grade. The meat is extremely tender and very mild. It's a great reward for a long day on the ocean. If you ever get the chance to go to Venice, Louisiana to go fishing, whether it be inshore for redfish or offshore like we did for yellowfin tuna, I suggest you do it. Venice, Louisiana is a bucket list destination for any angler.